Hello and welcome once again to Pond's Python practice. Today I'm going to be talking about key handlers. I wrote this program that's basically rotated Pong. Like Pong goes up and down with the paddles and these paddles go side to side. And they can move totally independent from each other or at the same time or in different directions. So the important thing to notice here is that there are no buttons or inputs or anything. So you might think that means that there's no events, but no. That's why it's called the key handler. It's because a key tap or release is an event. So the content of the reset and draw functions isn't important. We just need to know that the reset resets the position and velocity of the boxes, and that the draw function updates the position of the boxes. Also note that I don't check for edges or collisions or anything because that's starting to move into giving solutions to Pong. The important thing is the key down and key up handlers. So the key down handler, it goes through, it takes the key, it gives a key code as an input. We covered that in the actual instructional video. So it tests if the key is equal to simplegui.keyMap of a certain value, we do something. So simplegui.keyMap returns a value, and we're just checking if that returned value is equal to the value from the key that was pressed. So the stuff that happens in these handlers is mostly the same as what happens in Pong. The key is pressed and we change the acceleration, we change the velocity of the corresponding box by a correct amount. So I added some print statements to see exactly what's happening. So let's get the printing area over here. We'll clear it out. And oh yeah, the key up handler is the same format except with the values reversed so that it undoes the pressing of the key. So when we start playing with the boxes, one important thing, watch this area here. It tells you what I'm pressing and releasing. So I can press the key and release it, and I need to release it quickly because I don't account for bumping off the edges. And it tells me when the key is pressed and when it's released and what the velocity is. Pressed and released. And one thing you can do with this is you can press both keys at a time. So I'm holding A, now I'm holding both keys, you see, because they've both been pressed. And the box's velocity is 0, but when I release the A key, that will add 3 to the velocity, and it'll start going to the right. There. So one important thing to notice is that a key down event does not require a key up event. So you'll notice that in the key down handler, I have a code for the space, and that just calls the reset function. But in the key up handler, there is nothing for the space bar. So we can see that, so when we run the program, if we change the paddles up and then we press space, it resets the game. Now we could write a key up handler for spacebar, it won't hurt. That would be if key equal simple GUI dot key map of space. Then we can print space REASED. Space released, and if that's spelled wrong, I'm sorry. So now we can just run it again, mess up the paddles or the boxes or whatever, and we can press and hold space. So the key down handler is called when we press space, because you see it reset, but there was nothing printed over here. So now when I release it, oh yeah, it's still pressed because you see key most recent event is down for space. Now when we release it, it tells us that the most recent event is up for space, and the program tells us that space is released. So I hope this was helpful, and as you can probably tell from my comments, I edited this from my Pong submission. And one final note, don't forget to register your handlers. See, I've registered, I used set key down handler and set key up handler, and that's all cool. You can also have an event for a key have the same thing as an event for a button. So here I just added this button, and now we have a reset button, so I can mess up the paddles, and I can click the reset button, and it will reset them, or I can hit the space button. That might be a neat extra to add to your Pong game, so that the user doesn't have to click the reset button every time that they want to restart a new game. So, good luck on Pong, and I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you next time.